New, local, unique with Austin Reed. You're watching My TV 53 News at 8.
Well, thanks for joining us here on My TV 53 News. I am Austin Reed. Connect with us on Facebook or YouTube, even Instagram at My TV 53. Hey, today we are joined by Dennis Thomas, and he is with Beltone, which serves the entire Central Valley. So, Dennis, welcome back to My TV 53 News. This is, I think, your second or third time talking to us, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
So, tell our viewers kind of what we're going to be focusing on over the next few minutes.
Well, I think that more and more recognition is becoming, or more people are becoming aware of cognitive decline and auditory cognitive decline when it comes to hearing loss. And some of the things like Alzheimer's and some other cognitive decline issues, we're finding out more and more about the symptoms of the cognitive decline and how the symptoms of hearing loss are related. And actually, some of the studies coming out now are showing that if the patient has untreated hearing loss, that once it's treated, it can relieve some of the other symptoms of the other cognitive decline and help slow down the progression. And many of the studies are pointing up to 19%. So even though there's no cure, but there's a big help in the quality of life of individuals that can be treated that have hearing loss, and help prolong the quality of life through better hearing.
So as we are heading, we're just wrapping up the year 2023. Would you say that the technology is really increasing in a good way?
Oh, absolutely. The technology has been it's amazing, just through the testing and being able to do the programming per frequency. We're able to dial in, hearing loss to get everybody to their potential. I think some of the things that when we do our testing is we want to do the pure tone testing to find where volume needs to be for the patient. But more importantly, what we do is a word measurement test. And it's just the words being played at their comfort level. And so we turn it up to compensate for the hearing loss. And then we find out how well the brain can interpret the words once they're loud enough. That's the thing that we're trying to preserve and keep from getting worse. Because if we stimulate the auditory system the way it's supposed to be, the brain stays strong, the ability to understand speech stays strong, and we try to stimulate it to keep things from getting worse. Technology makes it a lot easier. With the advent is some of the stuff is, we can tie into the cell phones if we need it, but some people don't want that stuff, and that's okay. We can make it kind of a set it and forget it type thing, where if we can get them to put it in their ears, we'll make sure and measure and maintain the device so it's always in top working order. We always have our patients coming in regularly. Most of the time it's quarterly, to do the cleaning and maintenance of the devices, because many people don't understand when it comes to hearing aids, the environment that it sits in is 98 degrees, 100% humidity, and they're electronic device. And inside the ear, they're going to build up and it's going to plug up. And many times, if they're not professionally cleaned within 6 months, they're going to stop working and they'll end up inside the dresser drawer. So we try to be really proactive with each treatment plan, is that we look at the patient's ear, take a look for the wax buildup, and see what we're going to have to do for the maintenance to keep them wearing the hearing aid consistently. And I think that's our real specialty, is making sure that the hearing aids do not end up inside the drawer. They're actually in the patient's ear, benefiting them, day in and day out. Some of my patients I see, I saw one this morning. I see him every 6 months and he does really well. I have another patient that I saw this morning that I see every 2 weeks, because they just build up so much wax. So everybody's an individual in our little Beltone family, and we make sure our family members are taken care of.
Tell me a little bit about, when we think of Alzheimer's, I think a lot of people don't realize that this has so much to do with it. I think it's a shock to some, right?
Yeah, I think they don't realize it, but with some of the symptoms of Alzheimer's and other cognitive decline issues is social withdrawal, quietness, maybe a little bit of grumpiness, irritated, and everything else like that because of just all the confusion that's in there. But hearing loss has those exact same symptoms. If you can't hear so well, why be in a social environment? And if you ask people to repeat and you still can't understand, it gets frustrating, so you get a little cranky at times too. So they actually share those same symptoms on there. And if somebody does have Alzheimer's or another cognitive decline issue, if we can help relieve some of those symptoms by addressing the hearing loss in particular, then it takes that much more off the symptom plate. I mean, like I said, there's not going to be a cure, but it's certainly going to make it last longer and prolong the quality of life. That's what it's all about.
Tell me a little bit about your services, and for people that they've been maybe scared of. They know they've got an hearing issue, right? But they're like,
Right.
I don't want to. Nah. They just kind of push it off. What would your advice be to people that are struggling?
My advice is if they do have a hearing problem, is find out what the root cause of the problem is. Sometimes it's not a hearing aid, but sometimes it's too early. Sometimes, many times, it's actually too late. There's been a lot of damage that set it into place. But I think the biggest thing is if there's a hearing loss, find out what the cause of that is, because some of those things could be medically treated, and they really need to be medically treated because it can be something more serious like a growth in the ear or something like that. So we always offer a free exam just to find out what the problem is.
How easy is it to get in at one of your offices? And phone number, website. What's the best way for people to reach out?
Yeah, I think we have 5 locations: Hanford, Visalia, Fresno, Oakhurst. Oh no, Oakhurst. I'm sorry, no, Hanford, Visalia, Fresno, Modesto, and Sonora.
Okay,
We're at beltonetoday.com is our URL.
Dennis, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. Well, take care.
I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we'll be back with more right after this.